That was some speech by Scott earlier, wasn't it? That was terrific. Great job, Scott. You know, and there were a number of themes that I heard from the speakers, and they were all good. And the one word I didn't hear, but I think they all were saying it, is persistence. Persistence, persistence, persistence. And I remember a good friend of mine told me a long time ago, and he was absolutely right. He said, you know what you have to do when you're struggling with something? You just have to hang on, hang on, hang on till you think you can't hang on any longer, and that's when you'll win. And that's what it takes. Life tells you that you've got to be persistent. And I was just enthralled and inspired by what you folks did here today, and I participated in a phone call the other night where people were planning this, and I realized how much of an effort these people are putting in, planning this whole thing, working literally 7 to 9 o'clock at night, a couple nights before, trying to pull this all off, and it came off pretty much exactly as you hoped it would, and it's just terrific. And Scott hit on another theme, and that is that this is really a non-partisan issue. You know, I'm a very partisan person, I'm going to tell you that, but I've learned with natural gas that it's not partisan, and we have to have liberal Democrats as well as conservative Republicans on our side. And today we have President Obama on our side. Let's take that support where we get it. Let's use it. Let's send a message to Governor Cuomo. And he is, in fact, pretty much the last holdout. You know, Maryland Governor O'Malley is now moving forward with natural gas regulations. As Scott said, Jerry Brown, Governor Pat Quinn in Illinois. These are all very, very, very blue states. And they're all getting on board with hydraulic fracturing. So, and in Colorado even, which is sort of what they call a purple state, a big gas state. And the Democratic governor there is very pro-gas. So this is a nonpartisan issue, and that's why it's important you guys did what you did today, which is show up and say to President Obama, you're right, Governor Cuomo, you're wrong. And the other thing that I think you need to understand is what Karen was getting at in her speech, and that is there are very powerful forces aligned against you, but that doesn't mean they'll win. Why has Governor Cuomo held out so long? Because he's got a very powerful constituency in New York with the Natural Resources Defense Council, the NRDC, that owns tens of thousands of acres of land, their members do, in Sullivan County and Ulster County and Delaware County. And those people realize that if they lose in New York, they effectively lose everywhere.
We put a timer on it to keep it short.
That's what it is. Anyway, I can talk loud anyway. So the bottom line is there's a lot of people with very special interest in land. And it's no accident that 3 of them ended up on the governor's original committee. 3 of them. Can you imagine? 3 people from one organization ended up on his original committee. That was the signal to me that they're really controlling him. And so ultimately, we have to defeat them. And we can. There's nothing that'll defeat them more than what you just did today. Just common, ordinary people going out, making their voices heard, showing that they're not partisan, that this is about their rights, their property rights, it's about energy freedom, it's about energy independence. So thank you very much. It's so great to be here today and to just be a small part of this.